What do you believe about baptism? Have you ever been to someone's baptism or heard teaching about baptism? There's a lot of false beliefs about baptism. Let's unpack 6 of those. Now, these are all examples that I've heard in my life from other people, and I want to bring clarity. The first one is that you need to baptize a baby for that baby to make it into heaven. And that's not true. Now, there is an example in the Bible where David's child, who died before birth, was in heaven, and God made that very clear. There's nothing in the water, there's not a baby baptism that you need to do to make sure that that baby makes it into heaven. That's a false view. Here's a second false view, that you need to be baptized to be saved. And when I say saved, I mean forgiven, accepted by God, going to heaven. Baptism doesn't earn a spot in heaven. No performance or ritual or anything we do earns a spot in heaven. And a lot of people have that false view that you have to be baptized in water to be saved. And a third false view that flows out of that is that you have to be baptized in a certain denomination. I was told that when I became a Christian in college, that you have to be baptized in one certain denomination or else you're not even a Christian. And so again, that's just piling on lies on top of lies. You don't have to be baptized in one denomination to be a Christian or to become part of God's family forever. Here's a fourth view, that there's no urgency in baptism. So the truth is that when you put your trust in Jesus, and that's grace, an undeserved gift, now you're a follower of the Lord, you are in God's family of peace with God. Baptism is a growth step, but it's an important step, and there's a sense of urgency. A lot of people wait 10, 20 years, and they think baptism's optional if you follow Jesus, and you just do it when you want, and if you don't ever get baptized, that's fine. No, Jesus was baptized, and he made it very clear. He wants his followers to be baptized, and there's a sense of urgency. After you've made the decision to follow him, it's important to be baptized. The fifth false view is that baptism is just something completely private, and no one really has to be there, no one has to know. And I can see how that appeals, especially as people have fears about baptism and get self-conscious, and it's kind of scary to let people know that you follow Jesus. Baptism is public. It's a public declaration that you're following the Lord, you're not ashamed of Jesus, and you're letting people know that he is your Savior. And when you do that, it does take courage. I would say the joy is always greater than the fear, but it takes courage to get baptized. It's a public statement, and we can't pretend like it's just a private endeavor. It's very personal between you and God, but it's also public to let people know that Jesus is good and that you are following Jesus. And a final false view, the sixth one, is that you have to be good enough to be baptized. A lot of people, they haven't been baptized in water because they think that they need to read the entire Bible, or they need to go to church every week for a couple years, or they need to, and you fill in the blank. There's no theological test. There's not this really incredibly high bar for baptism. When you follow Jesus, then God invites everyone to be baptized and to celebrate. That's what baptism is. It's a celebration. It's a celebration where you're letting people know that you've made your own decision to follow Jesus. No one should be forced to be baptized. A lot of people are baptized even as children, and they don't know what it means, and they realize they've never made a decision to follow Jesus. The most important part is your relationship with Jesus. And when you decide to follow him, baptism is that public celebration. You're not earning a spot in heaven, but you're taking a next step with God. And if you've never taken that step, I encourage you first to put your trust in Jesus, and then second, to be baptized in water. And I baptize hundreds of people, and every single person, it's a complete joy. And there's celebration, and it's a wonderful day. So ask your pastor, let us know if you want to be baptized. We'll get you more information, but it's very important what baptism isn't. And I know when I made the decision to follow Jesus, the false teachings about baptism threw me into confusion for years. And that's why I have a passion to share what baptism really is. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. It would really mean a lot to our team if you subscribe for future content. Also, smash that like button and share it with a friend. Thanks again for watching.